Hello everyone, today I want to show you guys how to back up your entire operating system with its files, including games, movies, anything, with the operating system into a flash drive or anything portable so that you can just use it almost on any virtual machine. Computer in this case will not be possible because it will be directly related to the firmware and to your hardware that you're using, because it will be backing up based on the hardware you have. So let's just get into it. It's just the way it works. So what we'll be using is we'll be using the application called Rescuezilla. So if you go back here, when you search it, you find this is the application here. You click on download, of course, and you should be able to get the ISO image. Of course, you'll be getting the ISO image here for this one, as you can see here. It's the ISO image, and once you have this, so there's a few things that I need to explain. Is if you'll be directly going in and just backing up the computer with your USB drive, you just have to install the Balena etcher for flashing your USB with this ISO image, so that then you can just perform all the backup operation and all that. It even teaches everything here. If you'll be doing something like me, which is using VirtualBox to do it, which is a little bit more complex than the basic stuff that you have here, which will be different. It will be a bit even more complex with Linux if you're using Linux, of course. So we will just get into touch all of it. So the basic idea is just very simple. As you basically then just boot to the Rescuezilla, and then you just basically choose your drive. You want to choose where you want to back it up, and that's basically pretty much it. I will be showing you guys exactly all of that stuff within the VirtualBox. So I'll try to now focus on the VirtualBox in case you'll be doing it. So for VirtualBox, the thing that we need to first know is that this is the server we created in our previous tutorials, and we of course need to know the version of the VirtualBox, because we need to install extension packs for the particular version VirtualBox. So we have the version 7, right? This version here, and all we have to just do is basically go and search the version here from Google. Just search VirtualBox. You have to write it like this: version extension pack, and then you just click on it, and you have it. So of course here you can just do extension. So there's 2 of them here. You can just choose any of it, doesn't really matter. If you choose the first one, you just want to open. Generally what happens is you will get a binary page instead of getting the file, which kind of looks a bit scary, to be honest, but it's just the just sort of rendering the binary code of the application. So to save this thing on this extension pack, you just have to right click, save page as, and then you want to change the file type from plain text to all files, and then you can just click save. As you can see, I've already done it, so just click replace, and it should be done. Once it's done, you click on it, and then you see that you have the extension pack right there. Pretty cool. So now comes the next step, which is to install this extension pack. And how do we do this? Simple. You just have to click on tools, click on this icon here, then you just select extension packs, and you see I've already installed it. And for you to install, you just have to click install, select it, and then open, write your password, and there you go. Now that it's saved, we have to do a few extra things for VirtualBox because it will be a little bit problematic. So I need to explain the logic here, what's going on. So if you're on Windows, all you have to just do, if you're using VirtualBox and on Windows, you don't have to do anything else. All you have to just do is go to your settings. You can go to your USB, and then you have to select your USB you have. In this case, I've already selected it, and you have to choose USB 3. This is the thing you have to choose so that it works. You have to look at what you're using. If it's is it USB 2, USB 3, so that you match it. Just use the USB 3 if it's USB 3. And once you have it, it's set up, you're pretty much good to go. Then you can log in. Now, extra thing that you need to do for VirtualBox is you also have to use the Rescuezilla. As you can see, I've already done it because I load that thing as the secondary device on the storage. How did I do this? You just go to the settings, storage. You see this is our server that we installed in our prior tutorial, and this is the Rescuezilla as a disk that I just basically imported it. So to do that, you just have to do is you have to just basically click, where was it? Yeah, you have to click in the controller IDE, then you click on the attachments, and you can choose optical drive, and once you have it, then you can just basically go and add your ISO image, which is exactly what I did, and it just selects this Rescuezilla ISO, because for the VirtualBox you don't have to flash it to a it just makes no sense, because if you can boot through the CD-ROM directly within VirtualBox, why would you even flash it? It's just absolutely kind of wasting time. So now that it's done, from the Windows perspective, you can pretty much just start it and just go on. But from the Linux perspective, you're going to be running into some trouble, because the first trouble you'll be running in, you probably by now asking that thing like, how could this guy ignore me right now? And that is, if you go on the USB, you will not be able to add any USB here. And I'm going to address that thing very quickly right now, what you need to do. So all you have to do is, these are the commands that you have to use, and I'll explain the reason why this is the case. And this is why I prefer Linux than Windows and all that stuff. Is Linux by default does not allow any random type of flash drives to get access to a particular software. Remember, we're using VirtualBox, and it's a software that gets access to stuff, which is kind of dangerous if you think about it from a security perspective. So you have to create the group and then assign it a user, and then this way, then any type of thing that you plug in, it just goes directly to the VirtualBox. Because right now, I mean, if let's say I have done all of this code, right, and this stuff in the terminal, and I also selected it, but let's say I deleted the for example, I did this thing here, right? I deleted the entire group. It will still be here, this thing, if you go back to VirtualBox, but you will not be able to load in, because you don't have this the group to be able to access, because the operating system blocks it. So you have to unlock it from the operating system level so that it can go to the VirtualBox, because the VirtualBox is pretty much open as soon as you install the extension pack, pretty much. So you have to just run these commands one by one. Just have to, the groups basically just shows you what do you have. Then you can create the vboxusers. Then you assign it, right? Just the user, just exactly the same way. You just have to copy paste, and that's it. Don't do this actually, but and this one too, but just basically these ones. That's all. There's 3 commands there. And once it's done, the last thing that you need to do for Linux, this is of course, the way Linux is set up, is you have to restart your operating system. Without restarting your operating system, if you try to go straight to VirtualBox, it will not work. If you try to restart your terminal, you will not even see that the group was updated even. You will not even be able to see that, nor you'll be able to see that the VirtualBox can detect it. You have to restart the entire operating system. That you have to do. There's no way. This is an operating system blocking that stuff. It's at that low level, So once you restart everything, then you go to VirtualBox, and then you'll be able to for sure see this, and you have to just select your USB. If you don't know which one to select, you can just unplug. You can just click here, see which ones are here, and then you unplug, and then you see which one is gone, and then you plug it back, and then you select it. Or sometimes you could also be able to, for example, in here I can see the serial number, and you can just do it. Or you can go to disks in Linux, and then you can see the serial number here. Also, you can see the name of the of the model of the USB. You can see it says USB 3. So if I go USB 2, it will not work. It will not detect it, but I have to go to USB 3. And I'll probably show you as well for USB 2 as well why you will not see it, and it just makes you quite frustrated. But anyway, so now that it's set up here, I've explained more or less everything that is done here. We can pretty much just go to the server then. So all we have to do is we have to click launch, click it, OK, and then press F12. You have to kind of do it a little bit fast, because you don't want to boot back to your Linux server, which is what we created. Since we set it up to the CD-ROM, you have to press C, and then we get straight to our Rescuezilla. Now I'm going to just try to do something here. I'm just going to try to, just to be sure, sometimes it may not detect your USB. You can go to devices, USB, and then you have to select this one. For now, it's okay if you haven't done it, because you see this is not right now in live, but it is connected to your VirtualBox. It's not doing it, but I'll set it in a sec right now. What I would like to do is I would like to do this in the scale mode. Then, actually, before I even do that, I'll just do the devices right now, just to be sure that it's working. You see it's already selected. That's our flash drive. Now that it's done, I'll just do scaled mode and close this one here, and